So yeah, after one single video, I gave up and I decided to change my YouTube name. Yeah, I gave into the pressure. It's pathetic, but you still gotta hear me out though. Not only is the new channel name a whole lot more clever than it used to be, I mean, it's low-key genius, but I mean, come on, bro. There's like already 40 enthusiasts with the channel name that has the initial CC already. I have to stand out just a tiny bit at least. So yeah, I did quit, but guess what? Today we got some hot takes to go with that cold turkey. So let's go ahead and run it up. Yo K, what's good, what's new? It's clickbait Russian Mountains here. See how long that name lasts. And we're here to cook up some hot takes. I figured a hot take video was a little bit more interesting than an introduction or welcome to my channel video. Plus it gives us a little room to get kind of spicy. We won't get too spicy. At least not until the end. Also, be on the lookout because a lot of these hot takes will be fleshed out into full videos soon. So if you want to keep up with the pace, I think you know what to do. Anyway, what we're going to do today is start off with what I like to call a rapid fire round. You know, just wet our palates so we can get ready for all the spices we're about to experience, if you know what I mean. Dueling carpet at the mountain, better than the one at the point of fountain. Put rain rides in the trash bin. 200 needles poking on my skin. 2026 news for you. Kindercon swing launch just for the views. That's the last one I could rap. Sorry but my rap skills just ain't all that. Too complicated for my flow like yo. Just gonna read them out slow, my bro. No, I'm actually not joking. There's literally no way I can do these next takes in a rap voice. It's just not gonna work. Anyways, Cedar Fair and Six Flags before the merger had a lot more similarities than they had differences. And it's kind of amusing to me that a lot of people acted like they didn't. Like, pretty much all the negatives and cons that you can say about Six Flags parks could also be said about most Cedar Fair parks. And they didn't really feel all that different when you're inside each respective park from each respective brand. Like, yeah, I will admit that the overall quality and experience is generally ever so slightly better at Cedar Fair parks, but it's not even close to being the giant chasm between them that a lot of people insinuate that it is. Most importantly, both are so far off from Disney, Universal, and low-key even the SeaWorld parks that the distinction between the two is almost negligible, dude. Long marathons on coasters kinda suck, bro. And I can confidently say I have never seen anyone in person actually be enjoying themselves during one. In my experience, I've seen people marathon in person on 4 different rides in 4 different locations. Steel Vengeance, Fury, Air Force One, and Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia. And in each 4 of those times, I leave because I need to switch it up. I don't have fun riding the same roller coaster 30 times in a row. I need to go do something else and then come back. But on those occasions when I did come back to see how it was going for them, they looked miserable. They looked tired and beaten. Like, are people doing this because they actually like it, or are they doing it to brag about the number of laps that they have on a coaster? I genuinely think it's the latter. Now, this is just what I've observed with my own 2 eyes. Who knows? Maybe they were still having fun. Maybe I'm just jealous because I couldn't make it that far. Who knows? For me, roughness has never ever been a factor when judging a roller coaster. Now, I'm not denying its existence, and I haven't been on every roller coaster in the world, but I personally have never been on a ride that gets its experience negated or ruined due to roughness. And I've been on some pretty rattly, jackhammery rides. Now, maybe that'll change when I get into my 30s and 40s, but now it's mostly just a slight nuisance, honestly. And pretty much the same goes with stapling, just in another sense. Like, me personally, I don't think that airtime can be ruined just because you get stapled. Like, you're still experiencing the physical act of negative G-forces, which is still a ton of fun, even if your butt doesn't lift off the seat. As cringy and unsettling as Disney adults can be, I sympathize with them, I understand them, and I'm surprised there aren't even more of them. There's just a certain type of addicting magic that exists at Disney parks that doesn't exist anywhere else. Even at other highly rated, highly themed parks like Busch Gardens, Universal, Hershey parks, Like, those other parks have been making some great improvements over the years, but they are still not close to Disney, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Cedar Point's coaster lineup, man, it is significantly overrated. Now listen, overrated does not mean bad. Obviously, Cedar Point still has a top lineup, but after you stop talking about the top coasters at Cedar Point and you start acknowledging the supporting cast, there are just too many disappointments in its supporting lineup for it to be the best lineup in the world to me. I'll explain this way more in another video, but basically it boils down to the rest of the coastal world mostly catching up to Cedar Point, combined with the Cedar Point effect, which is basically just people overrating rides at Cedar Point just because they're at Cedar Point rather than the actual quality of the ride itself. The notion that a mid-tier ride at Cedar Point is a top-tier ride everywhere else is like, I mean, it was true in like 2008, but now, I mean, it's just not even close to being true anymore. Cedar Point still has a great lineup with a bunch of good coasters, but in terms of being number one, like I said before, the world has caught up. They are no longer on top of the throne. Siren's Curse is going to help with that, but only the future is going to tell, man. Anyways, that's it for today, man. That's all we got. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Of course, there's going to be more where that came from, and we are out.